Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here with Midwest Market Management. Got Riley Sykard on here today. It is Thursday, April 17th, about 9:30 a.m. We're going to dive into U.S. weather from a national yield perspective. Appreciate everybody joining in here today. U.S. weather is just becoming continually more important as the calendar moves forward. We are starting to see pretty significant field activity happening across the Midwest. Talked to some gentlemen yesterday that were planting corn and soybeans in Iowa. Yeah, we're really getting rolling here. Overall, I would say weather's looking pretty favorable for growing conditions this type of year. We do have, some areas of concern that merit visiting here today, but overall, things are looking pretty good. Riley, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree 100%, especially, here in Iowa, look out your window on the way home. A lot of people rolling right now. Probably since Monday, there's been a lot of people going. So as we hop into this, I'm kind of going to get ahead of myself. I think planning progress next week's probably going to progress a lot more than some people might expect.
Sure.
If you're ready, let's just hop right into it.
Yeah, we got some nice maps here from Marcus Weather Group. We'll take a look at what we've got here starting out.
Yep. So first, like I just mentioned, I expect this planning progress. These are from Monday. I expect corn and bean progress to update a solid amount going into next week. But looking at the actual weather side here, 1 to 5 day temperatures. This has kind of been in the talks with some people have mentioned colder temps have prohibited them from getting into the field. We kind of have our stance onto that, which Clint will mention here in a minute. But as we can see, the next 1 to 5 days, you can see temperatures in the 50s to 60s in the Midwest, down in the South, 70s to 80s, not any concern there. Then the 6 to 10 day, it's showing temperatures anywhere from high 50s all the way down to 80s in the South as well. So conditions looking to be pretty suitable for this time of year to be sticking a crop in the ground. And there's been some talks of people being concerned with cold temps, but we have here a slide that Clint kind of wants to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, I just grabbed this off the internet. This is Waterloo, Iowa. And what I wanted to get at was the average temperatures in May. And this is a nice little chart here. May 1st, average temperature in May in Waterloo, Iowa is 67 degrees, guys. So as I read headlines, I'm very skeptical of weather headlines in this industry that try to promote hyping up weather situations to turn them into events that really are not occurring, or over exaggerating situations. And while it does feel cool and we're all chomping at the bit to get going, these temperatures that we're experiencing right now are a little cooler than normal, but not by a whole lot, and certainly not a national yield changing type of a situation. So by the middle of May 11th, we should be creeping up to average highs in the low 70s. And by the end of the month, we're starting to knock on average highs in the upper 70s to, potential low 80s is where we ought to be. So that's all I wanted to point out here today.
Thanks for that, Clint. So moving ahead here, last 13 days of rainfall, we can see not anything super unexpected there. We saw to the east, they got that second wave of rain after the original thumper. But other than that, there's been some scattered showers pretty much throughout the Midwest, counting out the Dakotas and Nebraska. So
yeah, Dakotas and Nebraska really struggling to get any meaningful rains up there.
Yeah, that could be an area to watch going forward, I think. But as of right now, I'm not super concerned.
Nope.
Surface soil moisture.
Can we back up there just a minute? As we are talking about things from a national yield perspective, guys, it's dry up there, and I'm sure these guys are really feeling the pain of the dryness. But also take note that when we have years of extensive prevent plant and late planting issues, oftentimes it is from the Dakota area. So something there to kind of keep in the back of your mind is, this time of year we're watching for big areas of prevent plant, and it's certainly not going to be coming from there as of right now.
Yep. So moving forward here, surface soil moistures, these are relatively unchanged over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to gloss over these pretty quickly. We know
Sure.
on the surface there could use some rain, subsoil, some areas need some. Not anything different there. Drought monitor map, same thing. I actually looked at this map compared to 2 weeks ago, and it's almost identical. The only thing is stuff in the eastern corn belt came out after all those rains. So not anything super new there. Moving into the 1 to 5 day, this is where the models had some disagreements beginning of the week. So compared to Tuesday, these look a little different. 1 to 5 day, we're showing some rain coming through Missouri up through Illinois and Indiana, and Iowa's actually showing to get pretty much widespread through the eastern 3/4 of the state up to an inch. There's actually chances of hail and wind with that too. So interesting to see if that can add anything extra in the rainfall too. But as of right now, not anything super concerning here. 6 to 10 days showing this cell that moves similarly to the one 2 weeks ago, moving from Oklahoma up through Ohio. And that is the one area right now where they really don't want rainfall. I wouldn't say this is from a national level, I wouldn't say this is a yield changer yet. We're way too early. We're still looking at April 17th here, Clint. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'm sure these guys down here in this belt are, tired of wearing their rain boots right now. But yeah, we backed off of the Iowa, northern Illinois, Wisconsin area, and here we're getting showing some rain in the Dakotas, which will also be much appreciated.
Yep. So on a national level, definitely not any bad news. So moving forward, the 1 to 13 day, putting that everything into perspective, it looks like everybody's going to be getting some shot of rain at some point. Interesting to see if this is a inhibitor in slowing down planting progress, but as of right now, I'm saying probably not, if it's going to be hit or miss in different places.
No, and this is running out to the 29th of April. So, if this materializes and if we get this rain, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, northern half of Illinois, Kansas, all very suitable to be able to handle this kind of precipitation. But now, after this, you're rolling around onto May 1, and we certainly don't want to see any more coverage of this nature. It would be ideal to dry out after this and get a pretty good window to try to get the corn slammed in by the 10th to 15th of May. So any additional coverage after this is going to become moving towards a concern and pushing planning back pretty far.
I agree. So on the U.S. weather side of things, that's all we got today. So overall thoughts, I think, Clint, I think you kind of just said exactly what I was thinking. Right now, not a concern yet. If we're sitting here 2 weeks from now and a wheel hasn't turned because we've had nonstop rains, then it's something to start thinking about. But at this time, I mean, sitting here on the 17th of April, some guys already have turned wheels and got some stuff stuck in the ground. I'm not concerned one bit.
No, I think the trade will be closely watching the precipitation for, next week. How does this rain materialize? That's another thing. It's advertised to be pretty heavy rain, but we could easily cut that in half or double it, one or the other. So, I mean, if it ends up on the light side of things, that would be a little weight on the market. If it ends up heavier, then we'll probably add some risk premium. The market will be tuning in daily to every weather model being brought out. We prefer to keep this on a twice a week level because we're trying to not get too overly conscious of the, of the weather, and try to psychoanalyze every single new weather model release. But by all means, Tuesdays will be important, and more importantly, Thursday of next week, a week from today, that window of time that we're going to start to look at, the first week of May, is going to become more evident and more trustworthy in the forecast. And therefore, I think we'll have a lot of weight in the market. Wouldn't you agree, Riley?
Yeah, anything after 10 days, it's hard for the market to put any seriousness into it because those extended forecast models change so drastically when you watch those day in and day out. So
Yeah.
counting on those as a on the trade side of things, you can't really do it until you're in the front 10 days.
Correct. And then also, once you get that far out and you're watching the precipitation that's going to come in that period, well, first of all, it's pretty unreliable anyways. And then the other thing is we still don't know how much of this rainfall actually materialized. And that's going to be even more important as to how much water we could hold the first week or two of May without any major disruptions.
Absolutely. And that's why that previous 1 to 13 day one that we look at towards the beginning of this is also, that's why we always look at it, because we talk about rain coming, but it's also just as important to see how much of it materialized. So
Absolutely. Well, that's U.S. weather here today from Midwest Market Management. Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sicard. Appreciate you tuning in. On a program note, if you would like, we post these on YouTube, and then we're also usually linking them to our Facebook page. You could go to our website, midwestmarketmanagement.com, and there's several contact forms there. If we do send this out as a link on Tuesdays and Thursdays via text message, and we also have our Bulls and Bears email that goes out every day. That list also receives a direct link to these weather comments that we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you or anybody you know would like to get signed up and you like the layout and the format, just let us know and we'll get you on the list. So I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot and have a great day.